Welcome to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Joining me is the lovely Jessica Trufant.
Hello.
And her husband, Marcus Trufant. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Okay, so to start this, let's start this right. Let's do some backstory. First, Jessica, I want you to describe Marcus.
Okay, so can I do it in his voice?
You can do it in his voice.
Okay. So I'm gonna get my Birdman hand on.
Wait, do you do Birdman hands? Is that a thing?
From time to time.
Oh yeah.
Is it time?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the time.
It's not a bad thing either, you know.
So describe him as in
Just
like,
who is he?
Who
is
is
Marcus
he?
Trufant?
Okay.
Be careful.
You know, my name is Marcus Trufant. I went to McCarver Elementary School, and then I went to Truman Middle School, and I started playing football with the Boys and Girls Club. Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club of Tacoma. And then I went to Wilson High School, go Rams, and I played football, basketball, ran track. Then I went to Wazoo, go Cougs. And then I was drafted by the Seattle Seahawks, number 23. What'd you do when you ran out the tunnel? I can't remember. Oh,
The one finger. Yeah.
number 1.
There you go.
Played for 10 years, retired. Now I'm an entrepreneur, philanthropist, husband. I'm all of the above. I'm humble. I'm talented. I'm smart. And I got a bomb wife.
All right, I love right. I love
pretty good.
I love the
That was good.
inflection on her voice.
That was good, right?
Now, Marcus, describe Jessica. Obviously, you don't have to do the voice.
Right, yeah, I definitely won't do the voice. And during her little spill, I did want to do some shout outs. So because she was calling me out, saying that's what I do, I had to hold back the T-Town shout outs. But and the Cougar shout outs. But yes, okay, so Miss Jessica Trufant, tough exterior, very nice, caring on the inside, very puts her 100% into everything. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Really just digs her nails in. So, you know, and I'm so on the opposite side of that with the just kind of live and love and just relax. But Jessica really gets into stuff. She's just more focused, just throws all her emotions into it. And that can be good. But Jess is very smart, very caring, a wonderful mother and wife. And she likes to do for others a lot, sometimes at her own expense, being overly stressed out and just trying to go to the max.
Is this positive?
This is very positive.
A little bit of positive. And you kind of did the voice with me and the Birdman and all that, so it's good. But in all, she's a very good person, very excellent wife, and I'm blessed to call her my wife. So. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
know.
essentially, she loves hard. She's slightly emotional,
Right.
but that's because she loves hard.
I forgot. Is the crazy to my calm too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So
It's
I'm
good
crazy.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy in a good way.
I'm crazy.
So, right.
I mean, I think all women
Thank you.
are all women a little crazy? It's just what level of crazy you get, right?
Absolutely. We are all touched.
Okay, so the backstory on how this family of 2 became a family of 7. You guys have 5 kids?
Yes.
Okay, now in the beginning, how did you guys meet? Where did you meet? And who tells the story better?
Of course. Naturally, I tell the story better.
She loves to tell the story too.
I remember all the details. For some reason,
right,
he
well.
seems to forget.
Okay, what's the story then, Jessica?
Okay, so we were introduced by a, ex mutual friend at a club in Seattle.
Okay.
Right? And the first time I met him, it was just very quick. It was, hey, this is Marcus Trufant, whatever. So, of course, he's like, who's that girl? Right? And so we started.
in that tone too, exactly.
Right. So the friend was hanging around with Marcus and all of his friends. And so she would kind of bring me along like the wingman, wing girl. And we ended up at another club together. And then I ended up having to spend the night at his house.
Oh, how'd that go?
Okay,
I'm number one, right?
First night, number one.
oh, please. Woo! No, it did not go like that.
My man.
My friend was too drunk to drive me home. And she was also with another person. So it was time to go to bed. All of his rooms are full of crap in his house. And he's like, well, you can sleep in my room. And I'm like, oh, God. Okay. Put pillows down the middle, draw a line, and I'm like, do not touch me. And he was like, such a gentleman. He's like, okay. And so then the next morning I woke up. He was already gone, off to practice. Did I brush my teeth with your toothbrush? No, I don't think so.
No, I hope not.
Maybe.
I didn't even know you did.
Right. I don't know. I might have, maybe not.
The disrespect.
Right?
Right. And so then he started stalking me.
Okay, wait, time out. Did you stalk her, or what is her idea of stalking or in you being interested two different things?
I would say yes. And when you say stalking, and let me go back a little bit.
Back to what?
Back to the beginning, kind of. Of course, I'm going to ask, who's that girl? She's a very attractive young lady. Your friend was there and you were with her, and it was casual conversation. So, who's that? She looks very nice. And I'm out in the club. So, I'm shooting from half court, man. I'm just trying to see what's out there, right?
And we were getting busy on the dance floor as well, me and my friends.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm not a dancer, so I would kind of play the back and kind of chill, take it slow. But the stalking part, in my mind, it was just showing my interest and trying to follow up and make sure that, that I could throw my hat in the ring. So I'm okay with being called a early stalker. That is okay.
You see how they do us men when you're interested, it's, oh, you're stalking.
Right.
But then if I didn't shoot my shot, it's, well, why didn't you talk to me?
Yep.
Well, that kind of happened, actually.
Yeah, tell the rest of the story, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Clean it up a
second.
little. Clean it up.
So we started hanging out just as friends. We were partying. We were going out. I would even spend the night at his house just as friends. Nothing was going on. And then one day, I didn't hear from him anymore. And I'm like, what? What is going on? I haven't heard from this guy. Wait, let me back up. No. See, you have me forgetting what happened.
I know.
Okay,
It'd be like that
so wait,
sometimes.
he asked me out on a date.
Oh.
And I said, okay.
Yeah.
And we went to Bahama Breeze.
This is your favorite part, right? This is our favorite part of the story.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. And so he comes in and he has like this low bucket hat on and braids, right? And they were kind of unkempt, so they were kind of curled, whatever. So we're having dinner and we're supposed to go to a movie after. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think I like this guy. So I lied to him to get him to take me home. I'm like, I have homework. And he's like, okay, cool. So then after that, we talked a couple times and then I didn't hear from him. I didn't hear from him. And I'm like, what is going on? Come to find out, he supposedly lost my number on accident. And my friend was at his house. She calls me and she's like, I'm at Marcus's house. And I'm like, wait a minute. I haven't heard from him. And that's when I was like, I think I like him.
Wow. But he was stalking you. But the moment he stopped giving you attention, it's, well, why isn't he giving me attention anymore? That is so funny. Oh, women, I love it.
Yeah.
You guys are such an interesting species. Okay, so when you guys were dating, was there ever any times where it got weird? Was there a point, Marcus, where you were maybe like, you know what, after the date, maybe I'm not interested in this. Maybe I don't want to do this.
There was I wouldn't say there was a lot of those, but
Tread lightly.
You're first trying to figure each other out. Just like Jessica said, hanging out, first date, she told a fib about having to go do homework. I don't even think you were in school at the time.
I might have been.
Okay, but I'm coming there to have a good time. I got my bucket hat on, got my braids. I'm just there to enjoy. But just times when it's unclear. Are we together? Are we just hanging out? Is it? Well, I guess I'll back up. My house was the party house, so everybody just comes to my house.
In my mind, we were together.
Yeah, so when everybody's just coming, it's free flowing, it's coming and going. So at least I had a little difficulty figuring out those blurred lines. Okay,
Was it difficult?
I like you. I don't. I want to hang out with you. I don't hear from you. And this was my early years in the league, so. Even when you didn't hear from me the first time, I think I had shoulder surgery. One of those.
Was that
times.
The first one or the second one?
That was the shoulder surgery I had, and you know,
you had yes.
I lost numbers and I'm down, so I didn't speak to her for a while, and then I think I gave you I think I did lose your number though, and that was back when I had the green screen.
I still don't
maybe
believe
flip
that.
phone but
I don't think I believe that.
You got to trust me. But there was really not a lot of times where I was like, man, I don't know if I could be with this crazy chick, because I love the crazy because I'm so calm. So I was attracted to it. It was different for me to be in this type of situation.
You're not crazy, Jessica. You just love hard. It's okay.
Crazy.
Not crazy, but it's different than me. So crazy is the word I come up with, but more
outgoing. Let's just go with outgoing.
Outgoing. Not even just
crazy. I get it. It's cool.
Energetic.
I own it.
Positive. Great.
Oh yeah.
Energy. Her energy was so great.
Okay, so
Keep digging.
I want to go back to the night you guys met. Mm-hmm. When you first saw her, what was the first thing that jumped in your head?
First thing that jumped in my head.
Remember, it was quick. It was a very quick transaction. It was, hey, this is Marcus Trufant. He's a rookie. I'm like, okay, cool.
Right.
But okay, so then the moment then you decided I need to pursue her.
Right.
What was going through your head?
I was still looking though. Like it was quick for her. So, you know, I was still analyzing the situation. Kind of like, okay, who is this girl? I see her. I think my exact words was, who's the black girl? Yeah. Okay. So I was like, can you introduce me? And then I think that's where the quick transaction came. But I was attracted just from everything. Her energy, her body, her look, her smile.
My dance moves.
I was going to say, was it from did you see the dancing and you were just like,
I don't know if
so you didn't notice my dancing. You didn't notice me literally getting busy on the dance floor.
I don't even know if I saw that, but I've noticed you after that because I saw you a couple other times.
Right.
The time that you had the hat on is what I really remember.
We exchanged bucket hats, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right.
So yeah,
mean.
just her whole everything. I was attracted to the energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
yes.
So, and for you, was it the moment when he didn't call you back when you were like, I actually like him? Or
Absence
was it
makes the heart grow fonder.
Or was it before that? When did the feelings start to develop?
It was after.
Yeah?
Yep. And he asked me out on another date. And we went to his house. And we talked for hours. Hours. And that was it for me. Yeah. In my mind, we're together now. We have talked for hours. I like you. We're together.
Wow. So it wasn't even like official. It was just, oh no,
Well, it was official after some other things happened.
So young. So young.
Okay. So you guys are dating, you're partying, you guys are having a great time, you're living life. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, oh my God, I think I'm pregnant. Or was it, you got pregnant first, then got married? What's the order?
Of course, the baby comes before the marriage.
Okay, now, but when you got pregnant,
yes.
How long were you guys together at that point?
Not very long.
Okay.
Like 4 months.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
We had been hanging out for longer.
Okay.
But
official.
Once we got together in that way,
right,
it was over.
Okay.
It was official.
Oh my God.
Now the way you two are looking at each other, I'm like, y'all nasty. Okay, so the first baby comes, or you find out you guys are having a kid. was there a conversation about marriage? Were people around you saying, hey, you guys should do the right thing and get married? Or were you guys like, no, we're going to start this little family and we're going to just begin the first steps to this? Or how was it laid out? What happened?
Well, I had to tell my parents, and the first thing my mom says is, you guys are stupid.
Really?
Yep.
I remember it.
So there was no marriage. We weren't even close to that.
Let's take it a step back, because I remember your mom asked us kind of, what are we doing, or what are we? And
when we first started dating.
Right. And me being young, I was like,
oh, that's perfect.
I was like, yeah, this is just my buddy, and we're just buddies.
He said, we're just buddies. Exact quote.
Like not friends, but buddies?
We're just buddies.
Just buddies. And wrong choice
and my
of
mom,
words.
hook, line, and sinker, she bought it.
Yeah, mom was like, oh, cool. But that's exactly what I said. And then shortly after, the next conversation was
I'm
like,
pregnant. And my mom's like, you guys are stupid. You guys are stupid.
Not like it was the same day or nothing, but it was shortly after.
It was pretty quick.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Really?
Yeah.
When did your mom finally come around? I'm like, okay.
Pretty quick after. I mean, what are you going to do?
Right. And what did your family think? Because now, obviously, I've gotten to know your wife, and your wife is good people, and she ain't no weirdo.
Right.
But were they like, I don't know, like, you got this promising career, and now you got this girl pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't know, Marcus.
Yeah. It was a bit of a, leg slapper, or Marcus, are you serious? type of thing. We've seen this story before, but
Wait, let's back this part up.
Cool.
I had to force him. I'm like, you've got to tell your parents.
Yeah, I kinda
You've got to
waited.
tell your parents. You've got
And I
to
was
tell
grown.
your parents.
20, what?
I was 22. So you were
like
24?
24, 25.
Wow.
Right. And so I will never forget, it was a very dark and stormy night. For real. And I guess, okay, you can finish, because you were talking about your parents were both in the bed, and he was kind of curled up at the foot. He was.
Were you there with me or no?
Pretty much. I want to say I was there with you, even though I wasn't.
But yeah, so just, again, I'm grown. I'm 24, 25 years old, but I'm like, yeah, I got something to tell y'all. And they're both in the bed, though, so it's like a movie scene, like something
right.
old. So I'm at the foot of the bed, like on one knee, and then I got my elbows on like the bottom of the bed. And they're like, what? Just say it, Marcus, just say it. What is it? And then I'm kind of just like, Jessica's pregnant. They're like, damn. Damn. And that's just the initial shock, but my parents come around, and I think my dad, he sits up first, and he's just like, well, you got to do what you got to do, and you got to make it happen.
Right.
So that was that first intro.
And to back that story up even further, my first introduction to his parents was, I didn't know that his parents were coming to his house, and I had spent the night.
Oh, yeah.
And I walked downstairs, and his mom and his dad are sitting in the kitchen. And I'm like,
hey, this is Jessica. Just introduce
and
you
I'm like,
guys. This is before, though. I know we're jumping around.
Right,
a little bit,
we're
but
going back before the pregnant.
Yeah.
So, but my point is, his dad said that he was going to marry me.
He
Oh,
did.
wow.
Early.
Wow.
He did call it.
He caught that.
Yeah.
Now
He knew.
What
He saw
was
the special.
Now you being, the I won't say outsider, but like
Yeah, the outsider.
right. What was your first conversation like, or I should say, first private conversation like with Marcus's mom?
Ooh, I don't know if we had. Well, I don't know if we had a private conversation.
There wasn't ever like, let's say like when you were pregnant and she's maybe giving you advice, you're like, oh, honey, you should do this, or you should, Was there ever any moments in time like that?
No,
Really?
we weren't there yet.
Okay. How long
It
did
was
it take
that
to get?
early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know what you
Oh, yeah. Like what you said, athlete gets
Right.
girl pregnant, that whole thing.
mean. Right.
I'm still suspect at this point, even being pregnant.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. So it wasn't quite like that in the beginning, but I love his mother.
That's great.
Yes, she is the best. And we've had a lot of conversations since then.
since
But
then.
in the beginning, it was
protective
different.
parents.
Right.
So
They're
course.
very protective of their son.
So, you know,
Right.
I'm the firstborn. I'm the, you know.
He's the golden child.
The first time I was the first to go to the league. So,
And he
yeah.
messed up a little bit.
So, no, but it worked out, though.
It was a blessing.
It worked
It was a
out.
blessing.
Great.
Everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. So that was after. So child number 1 comes, right?
Yeah.
And everything is good and great. When does child number 2 come? Was there a wedding yet, or were we
Nope.
still just okay?
I was pregnant when we got married.
Really?
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
We didn't really know, though. Or
Yes, we did.
I know, but not like, no.
What do you mean? What does that mean? We knew.
Or maybe I'm off, yeah.
Yeah, you are. A little bit.
Everybody else did.
Slightly. Yeah.
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 So it wasn't like we was advertising.
No.
I guess is what I'm saying.
No, I was
But-
early. I was like 6, maybe 8 weeks pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was pregnant when we got married. Our daughter was in our wedding, which we had to explain that to her. Like, well, you you were in the wedding because mommy and daddy had you before we got married. So,
And that's okay.
and that's okay. It's
Yeah,
fine.
That is okay.
It worked out, right? So yeah.
Okay. So then child 3, 4, and 5 come. How close in proximity was child 3, 4, and 5?
I was pregnant for 10 years straight.
Whoa.
So it was back to back to back. Before one was 1 year old, I was pregnant, pretty much.
Our last 2, I know a lot of people used to think they were twins.
Yeah.
Because they're fairly close. What is it, 19 months
Yeah.
apart? 19 months apart?
Yeah, the last 4 are 19 months apart.
And did you guys want to have this many kids?
No.
We were crazy enough to plan the last, before 5, the 3 and 4.
Yes.
Were
Only
planned.
2, 3, and 4 were
Yeah,
planned.
2, 3, and 4 were planned.
Right.
Yeah, so it was
But 1 and 5 weren't.
They were surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. At any point, bro, did you ever think about getting a vasectomy or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
He was supposed to.
I was
Really?
supposed
Yes,
to.
he was.
And we talked about it, but you know, I kind of wiggled out of it and procrastinated, et cetera, and then
I got pregnant.
The last child, yes, Jess was able to get her tubes tied.
Oh.
So dodged a huge bullet, was able to high
Yeah.
five myself, and I'm still good. I'm still natural, now.
Dude,
So,
I got a vasectomy after my daughter.
Okay.
And I only got 2 kids.
Right.
And it's the greatest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Because I can shoot the club up and there's no casualties.
That's what his dad said. He happily
Exactly.
shoots blanks.
Exactly
So
what my dad
go
said.
ahead and get a vasectomy, but no.
man,
I get what you mean, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want no doctor messing with my man parts, but you're fully awake during the entire thing.
that's even worse.
I was
think that's
FaceTiming.
worse. Oh my God!
FaceTime during my
you are
vasectomy.
Sick. You're a sick individual.
I'm a sick weirdo
Yeah.
because you could see like when they're like, I guess like soldering the tubes.
Yeah.
Like because I saw like the smoke
The
come
smoke?
up and I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, that's me.
I couldn't do it. It's
Yeah.
the mental side of it. It's not. I know that the physical getting it done, I guess, is pretty simple procedure. But the mental, the night before and
Yeah. The hardest part is showing up.
Yeah.
And then after you show up, you're good. You don't feel anything.
No.
No.
No, instead he's like, all right, I'll just let my wife carry another kid for 10 months and then breastfeed for another year. And
Exactly
it's
what we
cool.
wanted, though.
It's
Exactly
cool.
what we wanted. So we're good.
Okay, so 4 girls, 1 boy.
Yes.
4 girls, 1 boy.
I'm very happy you got your son in your
4
last
girls,
shot, man.
1 boy. And
We weren't trying. Right. We were supposed to be done, but
Right.
we didn't want a boy.
You guys wanted all girls?
We
I
were
was a
content
girl
with all
dad.
girls.
I was good. I mean, I was with the pink and the purple and the glitter and all that stuff. I was locked in.
Okay. As a girl dad, what is the best piece of advice you could give other girl dads since you have multiple girls?
Best piece of advice. I know my oldest is in high school now. My youngest is still really young, but just be open. You can't be overly controlling, and you have to put time in places where they may be uncomfortable. Playing with Barbies and letting girls do your hair and all that kind of stuff. I think it's push you outside of yourself, got to step outside of yourself, and they remember that stuff. I think it builds the relationship. It opens up conversation pieces and just breeds being comfortable with, a father and daughter. So
he's a cheer dad. He walks around with the cheer dad shirt.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, so
Dance
I'm all
dad.
in. I'm all in.
He's
That's awesome.
All in. And I'll be the same way with my son. So either way, girl or boy, parents in general, I think it's really good to be all in. That's how I grew up. That's how my parents were. So that's all I know.
You're missing one more key piece is to have a place to hide.
Lock the doors.
Have a man cave. He hides in his office often. Have a place to hide because it is sheer chaos.
Right.
Now, we're going to do that every week. Every week, you guys, Marcus is going to give a girl dad tip of the week because that was a gem right there. I think that was good.
I got him.
Oh, yeah. Now, before the kids, there was something I totally spaced on asking you guys. Has things changed, not obviously with the addition of kids, but have things changed at all went from dating to marriage? Like, are there certain expectations that change or that have changed?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, when you go from dating,
I'm interested to see exactly what you say. So go ahead. What?
Well, things have to. When you're dating, it's different, right? Because you can still date other people, right? Is that what we're talking about here? Because when you're married, you got.
I've heard the saying that you're single until you're married, but that's not necessarily that's what a single man says. But what I would say is that
this is why I'm crazy.
Our foundation necessarily didn't change because the friendship and the things we built in the beginning, we still do a lot of that now.
Yes.
But it becomes and we was just talking about this the other day, the pressures of the word marriage sometimes can get in the way of a marriage. So we kind of navigated through, but I think we're a lot more mature, but we do a lot of the same stuff that we did when we were dating, which makes it good and fun. And we, I know we was talking about this too, that, how I knew that you were different. I had never did like the twin dressing like your girl type thing. So back then there was Air Force Ones and the jerseys, and we used to go to dinner and we would dress up in our Air Force Ones and our little jean shirts and jerseys and stuff. So this is 2004, 2005.
We were tight.
Did you own a jersey dress?
Ooh, no, I didn't own a jersey dress. I might have literally had a jersey. Oh.
Did you ever do the Stiletto Timberland boots? Because remember when Beyonce made those hot?
I do. I think
there was a lot of fake Steve Madden joints.
So bad. That's what I'm saying. I wanted the real one, the Manolo Blonde.
Yeah, the Manolo
I wanted
joints.
those. No, I didn't have the opportunity, but now that you've talked about it, I think I might go cop some of those. But I was the first girl to spend, dang, that sounded really bad, the way that just came out.
Just say it.
Just say it.
Well, anyways, I was the first person to spend multiple nights at his house as well. Like once we started, we were kind of official. I spent 2 or 3 days at your house.
Mm-hmm. When did she start moving stuff in? That sneaky where it's like, I'm gonna leave a shirt.
I didn't do that.
And you know what? I might have encouraged to leave some stuff. So yeah. I was getting kind of strong on the
Stalker.
low, but I was faking it. But I was still.
You were still in the streets.
Man, I was still out here.
He was still.
So you know what I'm saying?
Still in the
Not
wind.
that it's a good thing, of course, to the young men that are looking. If you find you something saying that's great and you want to make it official, take the time. But I mean, as a young man, it's hard to navigate through those waters sometimes, but I knew there was something. It just took me a while to kind of catch up.
Speak for yourself, brother. Speak for yourself,
I know,
brother.
right? I'm like, I'm looking at all the guys.
Yeah.
I'm looking at everybody in the room like, yeah, you, yep.
Okay, so what I meant by expectations changing from dating to marriage is I know that not all women, but most women have an idea in their head of what they expect their life is supposed to be. Because from youth, you are told you're going to get married, marry the man of your dreams. And
societal pressures.
The societal pressures. So with that, obviously, I think Marcus has obviously lived up to every piece of that puzzle and then some. Mm-hmm. But were there ever certain points in dating where you were like, well, I don't know if he can emotionally give me this or give me that?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. He has grown tremendously emotionally and being able to express his emotions because he internalizes everything, and he's an introvert. Mm-hmm. So there were times when I'm like, hey, you got to give me a little bit more. You have got to give me more. You've got to show me more. You've got to be more expressive.
Wake up, right?
Right.
Wake up.
It's like, I don't know if this is like a good or a bad thing to say, but you kind of have to train guys.
Ouch.
Am I right? Oh, I'm right. No,
No,
screw
you're
that.
not.
I'm right. You do. You
women
have
might
to
agree.
train him.
Yeah,
You do. You have to train him, and there was a training period.
So wait, so is this training period the process of you molding this man into what it is you want him to be because of the idea of who you think your husband is supposed to be that you've had stuck in your head since childhood, correct?
No, I was bringing out what I knew was in there.
Oh, so you were trying to show his full potential.
Right.
Take me to the next level.
She's worse than a
Upgrade
dude.
me. Upgrade me.
Wow.
Well, I knew. Wait a minute. I still know how special this man was, but I know that he had a little bit of trouble, right?
That's fair.
Expressing it
Okay.
and kind of making the emotional connection. So that's where the Jessica's boot camp training came into place, and
Sign me up, right?
And he signed up for it, and he passed, and he has a certificate.
Wow.
That's
All
fair.
right.
Oh my
Flip
gosh.
side of why we work, so training in the boot camp and getting me to come out of my shell, to be this expressive feelings out there. For a lot of guys, that's uncomfortable. For a lot of guys that, I know for me playing sports, not too high, not too low. I know that's a terrible analogy to use maybe in a relationship, but
I call him the robot.
that's kind of how I had taught myself, and it was my defense. If I go in too hard and go in, I could get hurt or my feelings could get hurt. See, and this is what you brought out of me. I'm able to talk about this stuff now today. So my feelings could get hurt, et cetera, et cetera. But so I'm on the opposite side of that, and now that me and Jess we work in our boot camp together because I try to bring her down of being so,
That's pretty hard to do.
hazardous lights on
hard.
and ring the alarms. Everything doesn't have to be a catastrophe and the end of the world.
It's life or death
Yeah.
over here.
Just chill out and breathe for a minute.
So you guys complement each other very
Exactly.
Yes, it's
Exactly.
yin
That's
and
what she was
yang.
trying to say by saying the boot camp and all that.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying?
No, that's real though.
Okay.
Jessica boot camp.
Yeah. I'll let her have that one.
You let her have that
Yeah.
one? Good.
Yep.
You got to let him have a few.
I'm gonna offer my
lot,
training
really.
techniques to
Right.
other women out there.
Right. Okay.
All right, so look, we're going to stop it there because we're going to save the rest for episode 2 where we're going to dive more into kids because you guys have a lot of kids and they outnumber the hell out of both of you.
We got hella kids.
So we'll save that for episode 2. Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. You can listen to us on Podcast One and check us out over on Apple Podcasts. We'll see y'all soon.